Welcome back to the summer edition of Stardew's 1.6 guide. Similar to the spring video, I'll be walking you through the perfect summer strategy for your first playthrough on Stardew's newest update. Just like in the first video, this is going to follow a let's play style, so weather and luck will vary depending on your own file. Keep in mind this guide is just a way to optimize your playthrough. If you haven't seen the spring guide, I recommend checking it out before watching this video, which will be linked in the description. Now let's get on with the video. On summer 1st, start by ensuring you have enough scarecrows to cover the crop plots you set up at the end of spring. Clear any debris around your sprinklers and hoe any spaces untilled during the season change. If you have any cave carrots or foraged items, eat them to replenish your energy for now since they don't sell for much. Alternatively, you can eat fruit from the bat cave if you don't have any forageables. Head to town and check the calendar. Keep a note of the bookseller days. Mine are on the 18th and 27th. Enter Pierre's and buy between 150 and 300 crops depending on how many sprinklers you have. I bought 6 corn, 1 tomato, 1 hot pepper, 10 wheat, 7 hops, 2 radishes, 2 poppies, 2 summer spangles, 51 blueberries, and 51 melons. I also picked up a sunflower seed from JojaMart since it's 75 gold cheaper than buying it from Pierre's. If you've donated 10 items to the museum, Gunther will give you melon seeds, and after 15 donations, you'll get a free starfruit seed. And if you bought a red cabbage seed at the traveling cart, you'll need that today as well. Use any sap you have to craft basic fertilizer, which will increase crop quality and help you earn more gold. Water your crops today, and after that, the sprinklers will handle it for the rest of the season. When your watering can runs low, refill it near the coop and collect eggs. If you have time, use your pickaxe and axe to clear space to the right of the fruit cave since we'll be building a silo tomorrow. If you have some extra gold, head to the saloon and buy salads. These are the best value for energy in the summer. These will come in handy while you continue chopping trees or clearing space. Before bed, sell the eggs you've collected to make at least 100 gold for tomorrow. Start your day by emptying your inventory into a chest. If you saved enough, grab 100 stone, 10 clay, and 5 copper bars along with your fishing rod, axe, and the salad you bought yesterday. Begin chopping trees until around 8 AM, then head to Robin's store. Stand here, directly outside the counter. She will pass the counter on the way to town around 9:30, but you can use your body to block her path, allowing you to access her shop menu from the other side. From here, open the building menu. Use the stone, clay, and copper bars to build a silo next to the fruit cave. This spot works nicely because it's tucked away while also being easy to access if needed. Then head to the lake to begin catching summer fish, starting with a sturgeon. After catching it, visit the community center to turn it in to complete the lake fishing bundle. Next, fish in the ocean as this is the best spot for summer fishing, rain or shine. I also had a help wanted quest for Sam to catch a tuna, so I can complete the quest while catching other valuable fish. I stopped by the saloon to give Sam his tuna before going back to the ocean to fish until midnight. Ride the minecarts near Clint's to the bus stop and walk home, saving any community center fish you caught in the yellow chest before selling the rest. Overnight, an earthquake will occur, opening a pathway to the bathhouse in the mountains. Start summer 3rd by checking the weather. If it's raining tomorrow, upgrade your watering can today, since you won't need it on rainy days. Mayor Lewis will also send you a quest in the mail to find his shorts. Take your fishing rod, watering can, 5 copper bars, salad, pickaxe, and axe to the south side of the farm, clearing any debris blocking the exit. Then head to the Cindersap Forest River to fish until Marnie's ranch opens at 9 AM. At Marnie's, buy 2 chickens and any extra hay you need, ensuring you save 2,000 gold for later. Then visit Clint's shop to upgrade your watering can. Back on the farm, add hay to the coop, collect eggs, and organize your inventory. Finish the day by fishing in the ocean until midnight, catching valuable fish to sell in the shipping bin. Today is a very lucky day for me, and with my silo now complete, we can use a scythe on tall grass to collect hay. It is then automatically stored into the silo and can be accessed from the inside of the coop. On the way to the mines, collect any grapes or spice berries you find, as you'll need it to complete the summer foraging bundle. Focus on collecting resources and resetting floor 80 to gather gold and gems to gain the most experience possible. After being underground all day, smelt the gold into bars, sell the gems in the shipping bin, and then head to bed. Begin this day by grabbing your scythe and fishing rod from the chest. As you harvest your wheat, save 10 in the community center chest. After that, head to the bus stop and collect any remaining summer forageables you need. If you've already collected them all, you can head to the fruit cave where you'll find more forageables to collect. Stopping by the traveling cart, I bought another rare seed to ensure I have a few for fall. If you didn't buy a red cabbage seed in spring, make sure to continue checking on Fridays and Sundays until it appears. Afterwards, go to the blacksmith to pick up the copper watering can from Clint. It's worth the upgrade since with each level it has the ability to water more tiles by holding down the action button. Then donate the summer foraging items to the community center to receive 30 summer seeds. After that, fish at the ocean for extra money until 10:30 p.m. At the saloon, buy more salad and head home. Sell your fish in the shipping bin, plant and water the 30 summer forage seeds, and smelt more gold bars before calling it a night. Today I have green rain, which will alter my plans a bit. Green rain happens randomly on one summer day a year, so if tomorrow's weather looks mysterious on the TV, hold off on upgrading your axe as you'll need it for this event. The axe is crucial on green rain days because green stalk trees spawn and chopping them down guarantees fiddlehead ferns, which are essential for completing the community center in year 1. The first thing you want to do today is harvest your hot peppers and save one of the community center chests for the summer crops bundle. Then grab your axe, pickaxe, hoe, and scythe, along with as many salads as you can. If you have Joja Cola or coffee, take it for the speed increase. If you still need to catch the gobby fish, don't forget to bring your fishing rod. I usually start by clearing cindersap forest, chopping trees and scything weeds to gather moss, wood, and fiber, resources that are crucial for late game crafting items. If you haven't unlocked the secret woods yet, now's a great time. Chop the stump to the left of the traveling cart to gain access. Then head down past the hat mouse to this tile near the waterfall. Standing in this area allows you to fish into the southern section to catch the gobby fish. Keep chopping trees and weeds throughout the day. Don't stress if you don't clear everything. I only managed to clear cindersap forest and part of the farm before it got too late. At the end of the day, I spent some time organizing my chest and storing moss, wood, and fiber for later. If you have the time, plant any mixed seeds and sell all but 2 fiddlehead ferns in the shipping bin. Save the remaining 2 in the community center chest, then head to bed. Overnight, I reached level 5 in foraging and chose the Forester perk, which gives 25% more wood. Today I learned the first queen of sauce recipe of the season, baked fish. Since luck wasn't on my side, I decided to grab my axe and clear more trees on the way to the traveling cart. Even though the green rain trees were gone, the valley still had plenty of trees to chop down. At the cart I purchased another rare seed to add to my collection. Afterwards I spent the rest of the day chopping trees. I wrapped up my day by smelting some copper bars in my furnace before heading to bed for the night. It was a good luck day today, so I grabbed my sword, pickaxe, and some coal. I took my furnaces with me and headed to the mines. Once there, I set up the furnaces on the surface and reset floor 20 to farm copper ore. These copper bars will be used for crafting tappers for oak trees. I continued resetting floor 20 while using the furnaces to smelt the ores I collected. If I ran low on coal, I would head down to floor 41 to fight dust sprites for more. By the end of the day, I gathered a large amount of copper ore and crafted several bars. As it got late, I collected the furnaces, returned them to the farm, and went to bed. I woke up this morning and checked the luck on the TV. Unfortunately, it was a bad luck day today. But this gave me the perfect opportunity to focus on crafting tappers for the oak trees. Oak trees produce oak resin, which is needed for the keg crafting recipe, unlocked at farming level 8. The keg multiplies the selling value of any fruit, vegetable, or forage item placed inside. Using the wood and copper bars I collected, I crafted 12 tappers to place on oak trees planted on the farm in spring. After that, I harvested the sunflowers, poppies, summer spangles, and radishes. I made sure to save a poppy and sunflower for the community center chest and save the rest of the flowers for gifts. If you've collected any sunflower seeds from the harvest, don't forget to replant them. I checked on my chickens and sold all the eggs in the bin along with the radishes I picked today. Afterwards, I headed to the mines to farm dust sprites for both coal and combat experience. I collected plenty of coal before ending my night. I also reached level 5 in combat where I chose the fighter perk for a permanent 10% damage boost. Yesterday in the mines I came across some summer squash seeds in crates, so I kicked off my day by planting them. If you planted red cabbage seeds on the first, then they should be ready today. Don't forget to store them in the community center chest. Today's main goal is to find the best item for the luau. If you have more than 7,500 total gold, grab your fishing rod and head down to the beach. If you don't have enough, take any leftover gems with you along with your fishing rod. You can sell directly to Clint to get more money right away. From there, go to the beach. I spent the morning fishing until Willie's shop opened at 9 AM. I bought an iridium rod, and with some extra cash, I picked up a trap bobber and some trout soup. Trap bobbers are super handy because they slow down the fish's escape bar during the minigame, making it easier to reel in your catch. You can also change your bobber type using the bobber machine next to Willie's desk. As you catch more unique fish, more bobber types will unlock. Afterwards, take the minecarts from the town to the mines and head to the lake. Here you can catch a gold quality sturgeon by fishing as far from the shore as possible. At 7 p.m, go back to the ocean to continue fishing. At midnight, return home. If you caught either a gold quality sturgeon or a gold quality super cucumber, store them in the chest and sell the rest of your catch before sleeping. Start the morning by checking the luck on the TV and write it down for reference later. Next, grab your sword, pickaxe, axe, fishing rod, and any available food. Today is a good day to pet your chickens and collect eggs from the coop. After, spend some time clearing debris around the farm until around 7:30 a.m. If you have a hot pepper or gold bar, take those with you. Next, pick up either your gold quality sturgeon or gold quality super cucumber and head into town. A fun fact on festival days is that villagers stick to their regular schedules. So we'll take advantage of this by giving Shane a hot pepper on the way to Jojo Mart and Maru a gold bar on her way to the clinic. Maru will also ask about building a robot. Replying, "It sounds challenging," will earn you the most friendship points possible. Head south of Haley and Emily's house to start fishing. Although the luau begins at 9 a.m, you can still attend the festival if you arrive by 2 p.m. So I usually aim to be there by about 1:30. After chatting with the townspeople at the luau, walk up to the giant soup bowl and add either a gold quality sturgeon or a gold quality super cucumber to the potluck soup. Then head over to Lewis to start the event. The governor will love the soup and you'll earn 120 friendship points with each villager, which is equivalent to about half a heart. After the luau, depending on your luck, head to the mines to farm resources or kill dust sprites for coal. By 12:30 a.m, return to the farm and head to bed to rest up for the next day. Summer 12th follows the same routine regardless of your luck. Start by harvesting any crops, which include hops. Hops have an interesting mechanic of regrowing every day after the first harvest and provide great energy value. So these are an excellent snack when you're running low on energy. Be sure to save one tomato for the summer crops bundle as well. After harvesting, make sure all spaces next to your sprinklers are tilled and watered. Then use any grapes, spice berries, and sweet peas you've gathered to craft summer seeds and plant them. This will significantly boost your foraging and farming level over time. Next, gather 5 iron bars, 300 wood, your watering can, and fishing rod. Head to the traveling cart to see if she has any useful items. Afterwards, visit the blacksmith to upgrade your watering can to steel. Since it always rains on summer 13th, you won't need it tomorrow. Then head to the beach and use the 300 wood to repair the bridge east of Elliot's house. This unlocks the tide pools, which have a high chance of spawning coral and sea urchins, both needed for later. Save 3 coral, 2 sea urchins, and a rainbow shell if you found enough. Don't worry if you don't find everything today, as the beach will be a frequently visited location. Since summer 12th to 14th is crab mating season, the water will turn green, massively increasing the forage on the beach. Though it won't affect fish spawns, it's still a great day for ocean fishing. At midnight, return home to store your beach forage. You can finally sell the rest of the fish before ending your day. Summer 13th is one of the only 2 days of the year that guarantees rain, making it the perfect opportunity to catch any rain-exclusive fish. Your first batch of melons should be ready, along with a few summer spangles. Be sure to save 1 melon for the community center chest, along with 5 gold quality melons if you have enough. You can also save a summer spangle in the gift chest. Next, grab your hoe and till all the spaces next to your sprinklers, as we'll be buying a lot of crops today. Head to Pierre's and sell the melons you've harvested. This will bring in a good amount of money, enough to buy around 100 to 200 melon seeds. Return home, plant as many seeds as you can, and then grab your fishing rod. At the ocean, you'll be able to catch red snappers, which are only found on rainy days and required for the community center. Keep fishing here, as the ocean remains the best place to fish even when it's raining. When it gets late, return home. If you've caught the red snapper, place it in the community center chest and sell the rest of your catch in the shipping bin before heading to bed. The Queen of Sauce is a brand new recipe. Pancakes, a town favorite. Once you learn it, head outside to harvest plenty of blueberries and the star fruit earned from the museum. You'll want to save both the blueberry and the community center chest along with the star fruit for a later date. Pam also has sent us a letter for requesting pale ale, which is made from hops. We can't make a keg yet, but we can save hops for when we can make one. Then take your sword, pickaxe, as many gems as you have, excluding jade, and any crops or forage items that you want to sell. You can fill the rest of your inventory with items to donate to the community center, as we'll be making a massive donation today. If you're still missing red cabbage seeds, stop by the cart to check before going to the blacksmith. If you've already planted red cabbage seeds, you can head straight to Clint's. Once there, walk up to the counter and grab your steel watering can, and use the shop to sell the gems that you brought. Then organize your inventory to make sure the community center crops are separated from the rest of the crops. Then go to Pierre's and sell crops, but make sure to only sell the crops that you won't need to donate. Head to the community center and drop off as many items as you have. Donating a melon, blueberry, tomato, and hot pepper will complete the summer crops bundle, giving you a free quality sprinkler. At this point, you should have enough money to complete the vault as well. This will give you 3 chocolate cakes, 30 quality fertilizer, a lightning rod, and a crystallarium for completing your second room. If you have any leftover money, head back to Pierre's to buy a few more crops. I usually recommend melons as those are the most profitable single harvest crop. Corn is also a priority as it can grow in both summer and fall, so you'll get to start your fall crops early. Back on the farm, you can use your steel watering can to fill any unwatered spaces. This upgrade allows you to water a 5x1 area, which will be extremely useful. Once you water, plant your new crops and feel free to use your quality fertilizer on melons to get the best value. Then place down your crystallarium and lightning rod. Crystallariums take one of your existing gems and duplicate it over a set number of days, depending on the type of gem. Diamonds take the longest, requiring a full 5 days due to their high sell price. However, I typically use jade as it only takes 2 days to duplicate and can be traded for staircases at the Desert Trader on Sundays, making it much easier to progress deeper into Skull Caverns. Lightning rods attract lightning strikes during stormy weather, protecting your crops from damage while also producing battery packs when struck, one of the most valuable items used in crafting recipes. If it's a good luck day, focus on mining for experience and resources. And if it's a bad luck day, focus on gaining foraging experience by chopping trees. At midnight, head home to organize your inventory and sleep for the night. Overnight, the Junimos will repair the bus to Calico Desert. I was blessed with a very good luck day, so it was time to prepare for the biggest mine day yet. I harvested some crops, including the first batch of corn which I saved in the community center chest. I gathered some stone, bombs, iron ore, coal, hops, and my tools before fixing the broken fences around my farm. After that, I spent the morning chopping down trees until 11:30 a.m. when I headed to the saloon. I bought a few salads and then made my way to the bus stop. I bought a ticket and hopped on the bus where Pam drove me to Calico Desert. Once there, I headed north and entered the cave. Inside, I used my skull key, which I earned from reaching the bottom of the mines, to unlock the door. Afterwards, I crafted some stone into staircases and turned my iron and coal into bombs. In the mines, you'll find ladders that take you down 1 floor, but you can also find shafts that drop you anywhere between 3 and 15 floors. I also discovered a new ore, iridium, which is one of the most valuable resources in the game. To go as deep as possible, I mainly rely on bombs, since they explode in large areas and don't cost any energy to use. I usually use a bomb on most floors, and since they only require 1 coal and 4 iron to craft, it's easy to make back those resources, especially since Skull Caverns has a high ore drop rate. Around 12:30 a.m. I left with a good amount of resources to prepare for my next dive. Then I headed home and went to bed. It was a very happy day. Emily gave me access to her sewing machine outside my house, and I received a letter from Mr. Key about reaching level 25 of Skull Caverns for a prize. I harvested some oak resin and stored it in the community center chest, along with the jade I got from my crystallarium. More crops had grown, which prompted me to harvest hops, tomatoes, and summer squash, selling the squash and tomatoes for some extra cash. Next, I grabbed my hoe, 5 copper bars, and at least 3 omni geodes, along with my sword, pickaxe, bombs, and food. If you found any farm totems, make sure to bring them and also check that your warp portal is clear of debris. I checked on the chickens, ensuring their hay was stocked, and sold the eggs in the bin. Then I smelted some copper and iron ore into bars. If you have wood, copper bars, iron bars, and oak resin, you should craft as many kegs as you can and place them along the bottom of the bus stop. This saves space on the farm while also being able to be used. If you're curious about all the spaces around the valley where items can be placed without being broken, I'll put a link to Wickety Chickety's villager maps in the description. You can then put any fruit, vegetable, or forage item you saved in the kegs, but I recommend using fruit since they give the highest price multiplier. 1 keg should be used for the starfruit you got from the museum, as it makes the highest value wine. After that, I walked into town and stood in front of Pam as she headed to the bus stop. After a few seconds, she started running, making her arrive at the bus stop 30 minutes earlier. I then went to Clint's blacksmith to upgrade my hoe to copper. Afterwards, I took the minecarts back to the bus stop and bought a ticket. Using Omni Geodes, you can trade for desert warp totems at the Desert Trader, which save you both time and money by allowing you to skip using the bus. In the desert, I found a cactus which I'll use for the exotic foraging bundle. I entered Skull Caverns and started looking for ladders, shafts, and gems as I went deeper. The deeper you go, the more resources will appear, including iridium ore, which is a priority when you see it. Make sure to use bombs to clear large areas quickly, saving time and energy. I came across the treasure floor on floor 48 where I found an orange tree sapling. Treasure floors always have a second ladder under one of the rocks, but there's a 20% chance that a shaft will spawn instead, so always check. Later, I found another treasure floor on level 63 with 2 iridium sprinklers, which will be very useful for fall crops. I made it to floor 69 before leaving using a farm warp totem. Once home, I smelted my iridium ore before heading to bed. For reaching floor 25 in Skull Caverns yesterday, Mr. Key sent me 10,000 gold in the mail, which will be very helpful for purchasing books tomorrow at the bookseller. I collected the iridium bars from the furnaces and started smelting more. Next, I grabbed my fishing rod, crab pots, bait, and some food, and then headed to the beach. I placed the crab pots, added bait, and began fishing. Any money I earn today will go towards buying books tomorrow. If you're running low on bait, today is a great day to buy more. At midnight, I returned home, sold my fish in the shipping bin, and collected more iridium from the furnace. I then started smelting ore to prepare for tool upgrades. After finishing up, I slept for the night. My second batch of blueberries, along with more peppers and hops, were ready to harvest today, but I'm keeping them in my inventory for now. I made sure to grab 5 iron bars and my scythe before heading to the bookseller. I used the scythe to clear a path to Marcelo the bookseller, who had some great books to offer. Like in spring, I focused on purchasing Way of the Wind for a speed boost, and skill books as each book gives 250 skill XP, helping me level up faster. I bought Combat Quarterly, Woodcutters Weekly, and Mining Monthly to boost important skills. I made sure to save at least 5,000 gold for later, but if you're deciding between buying a book and saving the gold, go ahead and buy the book. We'll earn the gold back soon enough. I checked the help wanted board and saw Clint had an easy quest to collect 15 iron ore, so I accepted it and went home to grab my pickaxe and sword before heading to the mines. I quickly gathered enough iron ore on floor 43 and made my way to the blacksmith. I first talked to Clint to complete the quest and receive my copper hoe. Then I used the 5 iron bars and 5,000 gold to upgrade it to a steel hoe immediately. If you have less than 5,000 gold, head to Pierre's to sell your blueberries and peppers before upgrading your hoe. If you have more than 5,000 gold, you can sell the blueberries to Pierre and then return to the mines. If it's a good luck day, I recommend farming gold for more experience, but if it's a bad luck day, focus on farming dust sprites for coal. After a long day of finding resources, since I had a good luck day, I went to bed. Since my summer seeds are ready to harvest today, I'm going to use them to craft 30 more summer seeds to plant, saving any remaining ones for later. I also used 50 pieces of wood to craft another chest for tools and weapons, as my other chests were getting a bit messy. Since it was another good luck day, I gathered my sword, pickaxe, food, stone, bombs, and a desert warp totem before heading to the traveling cart. I bought another rare seed and used my warp totem to instantly teleport to the desert. There I found a coconut for the exotic foraging bundle, then made my way to Skull Caverns. I continued bombing my way through, aiming to collect as much iridium as possible. Thanks to the bombs, I managed to reach floor 62 before leaving the caverns. I then traded my Omni Geodes for more warp totems at the desert trader. Afterwards, I warped home and put my iridium in the furnace before heading to bed. Overnight, I reached level 10 in mining and chose the Prospector perk, which gives coal the chance to be doubled when found. Perfect for crafting bombs and making bars in a furnace. It's the day of the Trout Derby today. To prepare, grab your fishing rod, pickaxe, food, and if you have them, bring 3 coral, 1 sea urchin, and 3 iron bars. If you don't have the iron bars, use your furnace to make more from any saved ores. Since I didn't have all the coral and urchins I needed, I headed to the tide pools and collected enough. Afterwards, I crafted a bait maker and made my way to the Trout Derby. Once I caught my first rainbow trout, I put it into the bait maker. After a moment, it created rainbow trout bait, which greatly increases the chances of finding rainbow trout. Keep using the bait maker for every time you catch a rainbow trout to continuously make more bait. This will earn you plenty of golden tags, the event's currency used to trade for items. I kept fishing until about 1:30 AM, and then used one of my golden tags to buy the first prize, the tent kit, which allows you to sleep outside anywhere. I woke up next to the river where my tent was set up. In order to maximize the amount of tags I earned, I started fishing right away. In the afternoon, I went to the traveling cart to check her stock and bought another rare seed before returning to the derby. Around 8 PM, I grabbed my bait maker and headed over to the booth. The first item you redeem after the tent kit is random, but after that, a 9-item pattern will repeat in the same order. Once you run out of golden tags, walk home to sell the massive amount of fish caught. I even sold a couple of diamonds for some extra cash. Afterwards, I swapped my straw hat for a bucket hat because it was time for a change. I then organized my chest and checked the TV for the luck report, and watched the Queen of the Sauce channel for the Maki roll recipe. Next, I grabbed my sword and pickaxe and headed to the saloon. I stocked up on salads since they're useful for the end of summer. After that, take the minecarts up to the mines where you can spend some time either mining resources or hunting dust sprites depending on luck. Given the timing, I was only in the mines for about an hour, but that's perfectly fine. As long as we're using our time effectively, we'll keep making good progress. Around 12:30 to 1 AM, I used the minecarts to head home and took my slumber. Today is a really big day, so if you need to pause and replay any sections on this day, I'd highly recommend it. A new batch of blueberries is ready, along with a few other smaller crops. Be sure to check your other plots for any additional crops. After harvesting, collect eggs from your chickens and use your scythe to gather some grass for hay. Then clear a 7x4 space where you plan to build your barn. Next, clear your inventory, keeping only your crops and eggs with you. Grab 350 wood, 150 stone, and your pickaxe. Use the pickaxe to collect your bait maker. I also take all my gems except jade and any geodes I've collected. Don't forget your fishing rod, and if you still have rainbow trout bait equipped, switch it back to regular bait. The last things to grab are mystery boxes and any artifacts you've found. If your inventory is almost full, it's okay to only fit 1 or 2 artifacts. Just try to pack as much as possible. Once your inventory is full, head to Pierre's shop and sell all the crops and eggs. This will allow you to afford an apple tree. Afterwards, visit Clint at the blacksmith to collect your steel hoe and sell any gems you have for extra cash. Now it's time to open the mystery boxes, geodes, and all but 1 omni geode. When your inventory is full, donate any artifacts to the museum. Once you've donated as much as you can, sell the remaining artifacts back to Clint for a small profit. Keep repeating your geode cracking until you only have 1 omni geode left. After that, head to the minecarts and ride them to the mountains for a quicker route to Robin's carpentry shop. There, ask Robin to build a barn and place it in the 7x4 area that you cleared earlier. Next, go to the mountain lake and place your bait maker down. Once you catch a sturgeon, use the bait maker to create sturgeon bait, as this is one of the best baits for summer. If catching sturgeon is too difficult, you can always use largemouth bass bait, which will still make you a lot of money. At 7 PM, be sure to switch back to regular bait to save your sturgeon or largemouth bass bait for later. Then grab your bait maker and head into the mines. To the right of the ladder, there's a large rock you can break with your pickaxe to reveal the dwarf's cave. Today is his birthday, and while you may not be able to talk to him if you haven't donated all 4 dwarf scrolls to the museum, you can give him an omni geode as a birthday present. Afterwards, take the minecarts to the town and head to the ocean. Here you can use the same bait maker trick on super cucumbers. Alternatively, halibut is easier to catch than super cucumbers and will still provide a decent amount of money. Between 12:30 and 1 AM, head home, sell your fish, and go to bed, bringing an end to one of the longest days of summer. Overnight, Mr. Key will fly a plane over the valley and drop mystery boxes, which will now randomly appear in the world. Start your morning by clearing some space near the shipping bin, and plant the apple tree there so it will be ready for fall. Next, open your inventory and enable advanced crafting in the options if you haven't already. This will show you how many items you've crafted. Looking at the amount of kegs you've made, bring the same amount of fruit, vegetables, or foraged items to the bus stop. By now your wine should be ready, so collect it and replace it with the new ingredients. Sell all but 1 bottle of wine in the shipping bin, keeping the least valuable one in the community center chest. After that, grab some food for the day. If you don't have 5 iridium bars yet and it's a good luck day, head to Skull Caverns. If you already have 5 iridium bars or it's a bad luck day, grab your fishing rod, pickaxe, bait maker, and either sturgeon or largemouth bass bait along with super cucumber or halibut bait. Go to the mountains and start fishing with your sturgeon or largemouth bass bait. Be sure to only turn fish into bait when necessary, as 1 fish yields plenty of bait and can leave you with extra fish. At 7 PM, grab your bait maker and head to the ocean. Be sure to switch to super cucumber or halibut bait before starting to fish. At 1 AM, head home, sell your fish in the shipping bin, but make sure to keep any sea jelly or river jelly. Then go to bed. If you spent the day in Skull Caverns, head home around midnight, smelt your iridium bars, and head to bed. After yesterday's storm, I started the day by collecting a battery pack from my lightning rod. I checked my chest for sea jelly, river jelly, and cave jelly. I had sea jelly already, so I grabbed it along with deluxe bait I found from fishing chests. Don't forget to bring regular bait as well. I also made sure to take 10 hardwood, my bait maker, coal, sturgeon bait, and super cucumber bait from the day before. First I headed to the river to catch river jelly. If you're missing sea jelly, head to the ocean, or go to floor 100 of the mines for cave jelly. I caught the river jelly around 9:30 AM, then went to Willie's to sell the fish I caught today. There I bought the fish smoker recipe. Next I made my way to the mines to get cave jelly. Floor 100 is the best spot since it has fewer fish, and the closer you are to the shore, the better your chances are of hooking it. You might even catch a lava eel while you're there. Catching one is a nice bonus. I caught the cave jelly at 2:50 p.m. and then headed to the lake. I crafted a fish smoker and switched to sturgeon bait to maximize my fishing. As I caught fish, I placed them in the smoker to double their selling price. Keep in mind that smoking fish takes 1 hour, so be sure to smoke your last fish by 6 p.m. At 7 p.m., collect your smoked fish, then break both the fish smoker and the bait maker. Next, head to the ocean and repeat the process with super cucumbers. Make sure to smoke your last fish by 11:30 p.m. at the latest. Once your final fish is done, grab it along with the smoker and bait maker, then head home. Sell the smoked fish, and if you have any valuable unsmoked fish left, smoke them overnight. Afterwards, sleep for the night and watch the money roll in. Tomorrow, a storm is expected, so we'll follow a set routine. Start by collecting your smoked fish from the smoker and smoking another one. George will have a quest to bring him a hot pepper, so make sure to grab one as well. Today is a big harvest day, especially for melons, which are incredibly valuable. Oak resin should also be ready, allowing you to craft even more kegs. After harvesting, save 3 melons for each keg that you have. Since I have 23 kegs total, I'll save 69 melons for wine, as they'll provide high value wine. I don't have enough normal quality melons for wine, so I'll keep 54 regular melons and 15 silver quality ones and store the rest in my inventory. Keeping the lowest quality fruits for wine works the best due to the quality not being factored into processed items. Next, sell any smoked fish you've prepared throughout the day. Check your chest for a number of rare seeds you have and make a note of it. Then gather 5 gold bars, your steel watering can, fishing rod, axe, 1 of any saved flowers, a hot pepper, a desert warp totem, 450 wood, and 200 stone. Also grab hops, vegetables, or forage to fill your kegs. Head to the bus stop and place the kegs down. Fill them with hops, veggies, and forage items. After that, go to Pierre's shop and sell him melons for a huge payout. Then visit George and Evelyn's house to give George the hot pepper for some extra cash. Next, stop by Clint's to upgrade your watering can to gold. Afterwards, take the minecarts to the mountains and visit Robin to upgrade your barn with wood and stone. From here, warp to the desert and visit the oasis in the southwest corner. Greet Sandy, the shop owner, with a flower to boost friendship. Then check her shop for Deluxe Speed Grow, which is only available on Thursdays. Buy Deluxe Speed Grow based on the number of rare seeds you have, plus 3. After that, head to the desert lake and catch a sandfish for the specialty fishing bundle. Spend some time foraging and chopping trees around the desert for a bonus experience. Return home on the bus and store the sandfish in the community center chest. Spend the rest of the day clearing trees and foraging around the valley. At midnight, sort your chest before heading to bed. Overnight, I reached level 10 in farming and chose the Artisan perk for a 40% increase in artisan good value, which includes wine, smoked fish, and any processed animal product. Summer 26 guarantees rain, with more expected tomorrow for me. By the end of the season, there's a 20% chance of rain, as rain gets more frequent the later in summer it is. Start by harvesting blueberries and summer seeds. Collect your battery pack from the lightning rod if it rained yesterday. Then gather your scythe, pickaxe, fish smoker, bait maker, coal, fishing rod, sturgeon bait, super cucumber bait, regular bait, and an axe if you haven't cleared the logs of the secret woods. After collecting your items, harvest any remaining melons to save 1 in the gift chest. Use the scythe to refill the silo and check on your animals. Next, visit the traveling cart and buy a rare seed. Walk west to enter the secret woods. Equip your fishing rod with regular bait, and fish for the wood skip. The catfish is also available if you missed it in spring. Afterwards, sell your crops at Pierre and head south to the ocean. At Willie's shop, buy 2 trap bobbers and 2 trout soups. If you want to catch the crimson fish, the summer's legendary fish, head to the edge of the tide pool dock, equip a trap bobber, and eat the trout soup for the best chances. You can only catch 1 per file, so you're more than welcome to save it. But if you want the extra money and aren't too attached to your fish collection, the smoked crimson fish is an extremely valuable fish to sell, ranging from 3,000 to 9,000 gold, depending on your quality and profession. After catching the crimson fish, set up your bait maker and smoker. Use regular bait until 6 p.m., then switch to super cucumber bait. If you're using halibut bait, start using it at 7 p.m. As you catch fish, continue making more bait and smoking fish. Around 12 to 12:30 a.m., when the fish finishes smoking, collect both the bait maker and smoker. Head home and save the wood skip in the community center chest. If you caught the catfish for the first time, save that as well. Then sell the rest of your fish and sleep. Start your morning by collecting a battery pack from the lightning rod and a jade from the crystallarium. Be sure to feed your animals as it rained yesterday. Check the fruit cave for any fruits you still need for the community center. Next, sort your inventory and gather a gold pickaxe, 5 iridium bars, fishing rod, bait maker, fish smoker, coal, bait, and an axe. Bring any community center items and artifacts needed to donate with you. At the bus stop, the pale ale will be ready to harvest from your keg. Head to the community center first to donate your items. I was able to complete the exotic foraging bundle and specialty fishing bundles. Afterwards, meet Pam in town to give her the pale ale, completing a long-awaited quest. Then visit Clint's to pick up your gold watering can and upgrade your pickaxe to iridium. Stop by the museum to donate any artifacts you have, which include the ancient seed for me, which will grow a special plant that regrows every week after a full season of growth initially. Since it's the end of summer and I'll only get one harvest out of it, I'll save it for later. It's also one of my bookseller days, so I checked what he had for sale. I didn't purchase anything today, but keep an eye out for skill books and Way the Wind to help advance. Spend the rest of the day fishing for any missing summer fish. And if you've caught them all, fish in the lake and ocean using the fish smoker and bait maker trick for the best profits. At midnight, grab the smoker and bait maker with your axe, head home, sell your fish, and get some rest. On the last day of summer, start by learning the final recipe of the season from the Queen of Sauce, bread. Then gather 400 wood, 150 stone, your axe, and some food from your chests. Don't forget to take a melon from the gift chest. First, head to the traveling cart to check for the red cabbage seed if you haven't purchased it already. I also bought a rare seed in preparation for fall. Although it's a festival day, Pierre is open since the festival doesn't start until 10 p.m. This is one of the few festivals where you can still access buildings throughout the day. At Pierre's, buy 1 melon seed and 1 wheat seed, but don't plant them yet. We'll need both for upcoming quests. Afterwards, head to Robin's to upgrade to a big coop in the farm building construction menu. Then give Demetrius the melon you saved to complete his quest. Walk back home and store both the melon and wheat seed in your community center chest for now. Spend the rest of the day foraging and chopping trees around town until sunset. At 10 p.m., head to the beach for the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. While there's nothing to collect, it's a beautiful event with some of the best music in the game. When the festival ends, organize your chest and sell any items you don't need. Finally, get some rest and close out on your first summer in the valley. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out part 1 where I covered the entire spring, link down below. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.